Hi, my name is Don Harris of Harris Hydroelectric. I make real small hydroelectric generators for people that live on small streams and need power, mostly people that aren't hooked to the power lines that are way out in the woods.
What we do is we make a wax impression of this. We have a centrifuge and we make wax buckets and wax hubs. You send that wax to the foundry. You put this in plaster, and the plaster sets around the wax, and then you melt the wax out and you fill the hole up with bronze in this case, or whatever metal you're using, and you get the same shaped device as the wax that it's called lost wax because each one of the pelt wheels requires you use up the wax that you made. The very simplest way of describing hydropower itself is a garden hose spraying on a paddle wheel. How this system works is you have a creek that's running down, and the creek, in order to run, has to be going downhill. So what you do is you collect the water as far up toward the top as you can go, and you filter it, and then you put it in a pipe. You have to put it in a pipe because if it's just tumbling down the creek, it's dissipating its energy as it goes. But when you put it in a pipe, it builds up pressure. So you run down, and so you have water under pressure. And the basic principle of a hydro is that the power that you get out of it is the amount of water that you have multiplied by the amount of drop that you have. We have a simple formula for these. If you multiply the feet of drop by the gallons per minute and divide by 5.3, that will give you the theoretical potential. That's 100% efficient, which of course nothing is. That's all the power that's in the water. If you take that same formula and instead divide by 8, you get a practical figure for how much power you can get. For instance, you have 100 feet of drop and say 40 gallons a minute. You would, that would be 40 times 100 would be 4,000. Divided by 8 would be 500. So you'd have about 500 watts out of that. And that formula applies pretty much across the board. So basically what you're doing is you're using that water pressure to spin a device, a pelt wheel, which is something like one of those. This is a 4-inch hydraulic diameter Pelton. It's an old design. It was designed basically in the 1890s, and it reached its peak in about the 1930s and really never has been improved on since then by anything. But so it spins this, and this spins a generator which makes electricity. Then you have to, in my case, you transmit the power from the creek because usually you don't want to have your house down at the bottom of the creek, so we transmit the power in a wire up here, and there's a battery bank outside the building because with little systems like this, you don't make enough power to, when I turn on the lathe, I draw many times more power than the turbine puts out. But when it's not running, the power is going into the batteries and being stored. So it's kind of like an electricity bank account.
They're all over the world. There's quite a few of them down in Central and South America. But the bulk of them are in the western, hilly, wet parts of the United States. Now it's pretty much grown to everybody that, I mean, they're old ranches and things. There's a lot of people using them. The grid is, some of them are hooked to the grid now because there's new rules. The electrical part of it is the same as it would be for solar or wind. Mm-hmm. The hydraulic part of it is plumbers and people that work in agricultural water systems. Those are the same skills, pipes and pressure and so forth. The particulars of hydro are not particularly complicated. It would be similar to wind as far as the technology. There's a lot of people doing training in the renewable energy industry. There's a group in Colorado, Solar Energy International, that are training people in large numbers all over the world, really. So it's a growing industry. I think we have an administration now that's going to support this, and so it's looking up. But there are no real special skills that aren't just common sense. If you've ever worked on a car, that's where I got my skills, was racing and working on cars.